Joining us now, the head coach of Syracuse football, Coach Fran Brown. Coach, I got to start with this because anyone that owns social media has seen your post game interviews. You're talking about after you win a football game, you're getting washed. For those that don't know, your whole routine, if you will, of if we don't win a football game, I'm not showering. Was that something we started in like youth sports? Is that something that we've done since getting the job at Syracuse? Like, what's the origin story there?
I mean, really, like since high school, I played quarterback, so I just took everything personal. And like when you lose, you just kind of sitting there, just like messed up. So like, just to be just sad, just be like upset. You work the whole week to win the game, right? And mission is not accomplished. So I don't know how everybody else is mission accomplished. They just kind of move on fast. I kind of dwell on what happened. I understand trying to know about it. Just kind of really, I just call it like soaking in your sorrows, and then I lock in the next morning. I'm saying I still brush my teeth and things like that, but then the next morning it's like I understood why it will happen, and then I just move on from there, right? So it's just really that day of it, but then it's like the next day, like okay, let me lock in. But I don't know about you, but like I play like I coach football to win a championship, right? I played football everywhere I went to go win a championship. So if you lose a game, it's almost getting you close to not being able to win a championship, right? So I just like make sure that I push at that and I dominate that. And then you work your butt off all week, right? I don't BS at all. Nothing I do, I take lightly. I go full speed and full tilt at everything. I give everything you got. So like to lose, for me, it hurts, right? Like it's not just okay, well, you get the next one. Like I just can't say that fast. Get the next one. Like, man, I don't really want to be around nobody that just, hey man, we did our best. Let's move on. Like what? I got you. Like I'm saying, I'm mad. Like I don't know about you, but I'm heated. I'm mad, right? Now as a coach, it's not like I'm playing anyway, right? I'm not playing, so I mean, it's not like I'm freaking. He stinks. I ain't break a 70-yard touchdown or chase nobody down or do any of that. But it was just something like that. You know what I mean? I feel like, hey, you win, you deserve to be washed, fresh. Get out there, go handle your business, right? So winners get washed.
We're here for it. I mean, that would be something we have to do over here on our show. Like, hey, bad show, no showers. We're doing it
Like
for
y'all
training.
competitor, right? Y'all competitor, whoever it is you going, they done got some content before y'all. They done hit that 2 weeks in a row. You're not happy about that, correct?
100%. No, I mean, it's all competition. 100%.
100%. So like, I think when most people don't feel that way or think that way, do you really want to work with them? Like, how competitive are they, right? Everything is competition. Everything you do is competition. And it's been like that since we was younger, right? When we always in like fifth, sixth grade, when we started looking at young ladies, right? You wanted the cutest one. Of course you wanted, like, and you wanted to figure out which one of y'all she liked, right? And that was competition. And then it was different things as you started to play. You wanted to be the best, right? You did. I just want to be on a team. It's 9 of us. I can't. I hope to be eighth. You know what I'm saying? I want to be number one. Like I want to be the best at everything that I do and try to put my name on. And if I'm not, of course, yes, I work my butt off to figure out why, or I want to learn and know why he beat me. Why was he better than me? What made that happen that way? And there are a few times that we lost this year. I felt as though I personally didn't put my players in a position to just go take it. You know what I'm saying?
1,000%. No, I mean, I think everyone that got to see rather y'all play ball this year, it felt like your team takes on your persona of competitive, relentless, all those things. When it comes to taking that Syracuse job, though, in the first place, rewinding the tape a little bit, what made Syracuse the right spot for you? Because from where I'm sitting, I'm saying, okay, good spot at Georgia. Would assume you're going to have success here going forward. What made Syracuse the right job for you to jump at that point in time?
I think it was the coaches that I worked with prior to getting the job at Syracuse, right? Hats off to all of them. I thought they all taught me something in their own way, right? And I picked up a lot from all those guys, from Steve Adazio to Matt Rule, Rod Carey, Greg Schiano, big help. And then I have an opportunity, though, of working at Georgia with Kirby Smart and his staff. I was like ready. It's like a time where you're ready, you think you don't know, but it was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm ready to go do this. I'm from up there. I'm dominating the Northeast in recruiting right now at the University of Georgia. And it's not a soul that can play in the Northeast that I don't know about, right? Or not being known. So it's like, okay, let me go do it. I'm 4 hours from home. I understand the language here. I understand the culture, the style, just everything there. And I felt as though with the toughness in my mentality of who I am and all the things that I was able to inherit from all of the previous head coaches that I work with, I just felt as though I was ready to go out and do it now. Tried to get a job 2 other times and it didn't work. I'm so happy it didn't. I should tell that AD, I owe him a dinner when I see him dinner on me for not hiring me at the other spot where I tried to get that job. But then coming here was just right fit, right place, good people. All these dudes like Jim Brown, Floyd Little, McNabb, Ernie Davis, Marvin Harrison, Dwight Freeney, what I'm saying, Donovan Darius. I mean, the list goes on and on forever. So, like, I have an opportunity of being here. Like, me and Kevin Johnson, who was a great player here, I could call him when I want. Me and Keith Bullock became, like, that's my homie, you know what I'm saying? So, like, being able to come here and understanding the culture, understanding the past, Tim Green and guys of that nature, the four-wheelers that they have 4 D linemen on one team that all got to play in the league for a few years in a row. So, like, me understanding and knowing that, like, that's what I was trying to get back to, right? And I'm excited about that and understand that this is where I belong. Like, this is where God gave me an opportunity to be at. And I'm still so thankful. Like, I'm so thankful and so happy that the fans just accepted me with open arms. The alumni accepted me with open arms. And I'll just do anything it takes to win, like, the right way, right? But I just want to win. Like, I'm just trying to dominate February right now.
We love that, Coach. I mean, we're trying to dominate February on our side, too, over here in the studio. You mentioned Kirby Smart, and everyone's probably asked you, like, hey, what'd you take from Kirby? What'd you learn at Georgia? I want to ask you a different question. What's been the thing that you have taken from Georgia and maybe tweaked it and made your own over there at Syracuse?
A lot of stuff. Like, mainly our program is that program. So, like, a lot of stuff. I'm just me, right? I'm not Kirby, right? I don't have the IQ that Kirby has football-wise yet, right? He's done a lot of stuff football-wise. But I'm me. I got my own style, and my style fits where I'm at, right? Like, I really feel Earth's my turf, so I could go anywhere, and I'm going to fit in no matter where I'm at, right? So when I was at Georgia, I made sure I fit in well there by still being me, right? When I'm in Cali and I hang with my peoples out there, Pinky and those dudes of that nature, I fit in with those guys out there, right? No matter where I go. When I was in Texas, I fit in when I was at Bella. So, like, it just doesn't matter on myself. But everything that we do is similar to what they've done at Georgia, right? And there's a couple things at the other places, but I'm focused on, like, I want a national championship, right? So I want to do that again, right? I'm back to back to back. Should have been 3 in a row. Different things. I feel that was a really bad call that messed us up. But when you're just looking at those things, I don't know. Everything I do is what I learned from those guys at Georgia, and not just from Kirby Smart, from Bobo, from of course Muschamp, Glenn Schumann, the whole defensive staff I work with, Trey, Tadari. Like, I had so many great dudes that I work with, competing with Brian McClendon every day, the receiver coach. I mean, it was just like iron sharpen iron, right? And we would compete, like, back and forth. I'm talking trash, he would talk trash, and we got our players into it. And I just want our staff to be like, we came here and we got that same mentality now. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Like, we just brung it up here, just moved it to be different. But I love the way he structured practice, meetings. He held everyone accountable, which is something I'm able to do. So that means a lot, So I'm running my program very similar to the way Coach Fran is.
So how does that work for you? You mentioned talking trash as a coordinator, as a position coach. You're able to do that because you have one side of the football. But for you now as the head coach, like, are you talking trash to McCord if he does a pick? Are you talking trash to the defense if they get burned? Like, how does that work now for you being the CEO of this whole operation when it comes to mixing it up during practice?
It's the same thing. I still coach the corners, right? So I'm talking trash to the wideouts, but I get to coach them up too every day. So I'm talking trash to them by me coaching the corners, getting on Kyle. When Kyle done things, it'll be somebody else. I'm coming at him vice versa doing it. The offensive coaches will be talking stuff to me. We compete. I mean, I don't stop. Like, it don't matter. And then I know who we need to get at that day that we get better, right? Or to keep pushing them. I'm competitive. I just told Coach Ross when we came in this morning, him and Coach Maddox, we come in with Coach, good morning. I said, don't get more than me, and we're going to bust your ass this February. You try to be my boy. Ain't no friends. Watch how we outwork y'all, right? It's I just want to compete, right? I want to have fun. Everything is competitive. Everything we do is competitive. From recruiting to getting in the building on time to who's working out the most in the building. Like, just everything we do is like competitive as a staff. And then I think that infiltrates into our players, right? And it's mainly is D.A.R.T, right? Are you detailed, accountable, relentless, and tough? And if you are D.A.R.T, then the rest of it makes itself work.
And where did that come from, Coach? Because you obviously have mentioned that a few times during different interviews and press conferences. When did D.A.R.T come to be?
It's just something that I grew to be able to want those traits throughout my life. And I think like for me to be detailed, which I haven't always been, I had to become accountable. I had to become really relentless and tough. I think I've always been tough and I've always been relentless, but I didn't always hold myself accountable to a certain standard. And as I started to understand different standards at different places, the standard continuously rises. I started to do that and hold myself accountable first and foremost. Be able to look in the mirror and say, you were wrong, you messed that up. You did this, that happened that way. And I think when you do those three things, you're able to be detailed about everything that you do. So I just took it and said, all right, D.A.R.T. In the D.A.R.T, you want to hit the bullseye, right? So to be able to do that, to be able to hit the bullseye, I need to be detailed. I need to be accountable, relentless, and tough. But in all aspects of my life, though, right? Starting with my faith. I'm a faith-driven man. I fear God. That's the beginning of life, right? That knowledge. I fear God, so I'm faith-driven. I understand and I know that, and that's first. Then I make sure that I do that with my family, right? With my wife, because she holds me accountable that I better give her time, right? I better do all those things. She doesn't care if I'm out recruiting for 4 days in a row. You're not on the phone with me, what the hell's up, right? So I'm being held accountable there, talking to my sons, continuing to grow them as men while doing the same thing with our players. And then athletically, academically, I just try to make sure that I'm being D.A.R.T in all aspects of my life. Then I teach the players that because they can take this with them for the rest of their lives. So, like, D.A.R.T is one thing. Anybody could say, yeah, I'm D.A.R.T, I'm missing that. But I always go off of CCT, which is committed, care, and trust. Are you committed to D.A.R.T? Right? You ain't got to tell me. Your actions going to show me that. Do you care? Right? And I could just watch and just see, like, you ain't got to tell me. Your actions going to show me. And can I trust you? You know what I trust? What you do daily. So, like, all three of those actions are going to show me if you committed, because anybody can come in and say, D.A.R.T, detailed accountability, let's talk. Man, sit your ass down. You've been late for class every day. So that's not you, right? Ain't nobody trying to hear all that you talking. That's not who you are. You saying all this just to say it. Like, don't give me the company line talk. Like, I'm trying to see what you're about. If you saying all this, you have 15 classes to go to. You were late 7 times. We came to the class and I seen you sitting in the back of the class with your headsets on 3 times. So how do you expect me to think that you're going to come play for me and do everything right football-wise, right? And so it's just a different ballgame. It don't work that way.
And Coach, I think everything you're saying resonates with a lot of like football people, people that grew up in whether it's high school football or little league football, like the core principles of what have made successful football teams. And as we're moving into this new era of college football with the portal and NIL, the conversation around all those core principles seems to be almost drifting. I mean, coaches seem maybe scared to be quite as hard on their players. How do you keep those same core principles, the CCT and D.A.R.T and all those things, in the new age where players can transfer tomorrow if they don't like the way that you're talking to them?
Man, we got rules. You got to follow the rules. If I start bending my rules for you and allow you to do it, then I'm going to do that for everybody. And the moment I become a sucker, I'm no longer Fran Brown. Those dudes that be doing that, they suckers, man. They be bending for all, man. Nobody doing that. These the rules. Like, I'm from Camden, New Jersey, so I grew up with certain principles, right? There's morals. There's a certain way you grow up. You can't disrespect or go against the grain if that's what y'all say you're doing. When you signed here, you knew what I said we was doing. So, like, when you don't follow those things, there's consequences for it. I'm not about to break my rules, and then my name gonna be on all of that. That's messed up. Like, I'm not trying to be, what's they, Milli Vanilli? One hit wonder. Like, I ain't going out like that. So, like, everything that we got rules. I could care less how you feel about hitting the portal because I coached you all too. Like, I was coming at you and I was very, very aggressive with the way that I'm coaching you because you wasn't in class or because you didn't do that or you did. Listen, I'm only going to come at you when you're late, when you don't show up, when you did something wrong or that, right? Of course, everybody's on time to practice. They all do that. But I'm worrying about the other stuff that don't require talent. Like, why you didn't go to breakfast and dinner when it's mandatory? It don't require talent to get your butt up and go eat breakfast and dinner. Get up and go in there and do it. So, like, if you don't do that, like, how you expect me to play you? And then your people calling me, but you was late for class and then you doing this, but they telling me you a baller. Okay, you ain't gonna ball on my time and mess my money up, right? Because everybody be like, hey, I don't do this for money. You know how coaches say, I would coach for free. I love the game so much. I ain't coaching for free. I go coach Little League for free. There's quick hours. I'm in and out. I got too much time in this building all day. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm not doing this for free. So you going to do this the way that we need this to be done as a staff. Nothing's bigger than the S. At Syracuse, nothing bigger than the S. And that go for me. There would great coaches be for me. That makes sense. Like, they won a national championship here in 1959. Amazing coach, Coach Swart. Right? You look at Pascaloni. You look at all the other Doug Marone. There was so many coaches here that done so many great things. So, like, who am I to come in here and pick and choose and try to bend these rules to go do it? I have one goal that I want to accomplish here, football-wise, win a national championship. First thing I want to do is get every single young man closer with their faith, starting with coaches and players. Second thing, develop men daily. The third thing, we got winning addicts.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, like, what you coaching for? Like, everybody, all this other stuff, what you coach? But a lot of coaches won't stick to that, so they make it easy for another kid to come because they want to talk to him while they're at my school, or he acting this, or they mom calling you because the baby is a little, man, coach be acting mean to me. So they mom called the other coach, so then he's soft. He takes the call and then starts saying, we might be able to get him. He doesn't want to be coached hard, dog. Why the freak are you talking to her? Why are you condoning this? You a sucker too. So that's why we certain coaches, when I know they did weak stuff, I don't talk to you. You a sucker. Like, they all, it's like, what you doing, man? You messing the game up. Now you're going to let him come there and you're going to transfer again. Unless you're just going to let him get away with what he want to get away with, right? You look at all the teams that won real big, like that won a championship, they got a certain way that they going about stuff, right? They got a certain way they doing things. And that was at Georgia, they did that. This year, Ohio State, Ryan Day and them did that. There's a certain way that they do things. And I think that's where championships are built, because of the organization and the culture y'all have, not because of, hey, we got to be a little more lenient to him because he doesn't do that. Like, hey, we did that in recruiting and I'm going to keep talking to you, but you told me to help you become a man. So I'm going to show you how to be a man. You don't want me to, I'm not about to coddle you, right? I can't make you feel good. You're not my wife. I want to tell you the truth, dog, right? 100% the truth. I tell her the truth too. But I'm just saying, like, it's all about just truthful and honesty, and some kids can't stand constructive criticism. So we just try to be more like that on a daily basis.
I mean, that in itself is almost just what I mentioned, almost like a throwback approach, which, I mean, we on this show love and think we need more of in college football. And speaking of throwback, you also said at your opening presser something that kind of is aligned with that. Like, every coach, they have some success. They're always looking at the next job, right? Even if you have a big job, you're looking at the next job. You said at your opening presser, like, hey, man, I'm here for life. Like, I don't need to switch jobs. I'm here. I'm committed here. What made you want to say that at the opening presser?
I feel like I'm going to do everything that I need, and I think that financially they're going to pay me the way I need to continuously get paid. And I feel that we can win a national championship here. I know I'm going to handle my end of the deal. I feel we have the ability here, our administration, our board of trustees. I think they'll always handle that end of the deal. So if we all handling our end of the deal, why would I leave? There's really no need in me being able to go anywhere, because I know who I am. My name and my word is all I got. Everything else you can take from me. But I'm Fran Brown Sr. If I mess my name up, Fran Brown Jr. is already freaked up in the world. So I'm going to handle my part, and then I feel they're going to handle their part. So me understanding and knowing what the administration, the board of trustees, all the guys that I talk to, and now we on the same page. So I feel they'll do it. Now, if they want to renege, and different things happen, but I don't think they'll renege. I mean, of course, I know I'm not going to renege.
Well, I got to ask you this. You've known Kyle McCord since he was in middle school. When did you know he was a little bit different? Because obviously he ends up following you to Syracuse. Give me the Kyle McCord, not origin story, but essentially a story when you knew, hey, this guy might be a little bit of a different cat.
So I knew he was different when he was in middle school. Like, when they was all playing, going to watch the game, I'm like, oh, now he could play. All right, cool. But then he go to high school and he does it again. college, of course, it was Stroud and all those dudes like that, right? You got Ohio State. So I think Ryan Day does a good job developing quarterback. So, like, he didn't get to play, but then when he played, I was watching the games, and I'm like, wow, he's doing good. Certain things he could do. But when he came here with us, and we started to work out, and the first day when the workouts, we was doing, like, this push-up competition and all this, he just wouldn't fall. And it meant everything to him. And he did that workout like it was all he had. And at that moment, I knew he was going to be really, really well and help us win a lot of games. It was just, oh, snap. It wasn't even a snap. It was, oh, shit, this kid different. Right? It was like, dang, he different. I bet. And then we're just like communication and talking and just going through everything and just his desire to win and his dedication to being great, to winning. Like, he exemplifies D.A.R.T. He is detailed. He's accountable. Kid is relentless and he tough. And he did it every day. He held everybody accountable in practice, right? And I think that's where he and I got along so well because we held everybody accountable, right? And you can't come to practice and slack when you got a guy that got that kind of brains, right? Quarterback on point, right? It just helps you, like, go and become a better. I mean, just me personally, y'all, I'm excited about everybody in the draft. None of them better than him, man. You know, like, none of those dudes could play quarterback better than him. Like, the stuff that he does, I hear the people they saying, and I don't want to bring none of their names up, but he won against one of the best head-to-head. He won, right? I'll see what happened at the, East-West Shrine. Dominated that. I was trying to tell somebody that he should have been in the Senior Bowl. They want to tell me he wasn't going to be picked, right? He's not a draft pick. So, like, he was tripping. He was drunk probably when he was talking to me. So, like, I'm sitting there looking at all this stuff. So now it's like, yo, like, what we talking about? Like, look at it, right? The kid is intelligent. He can throw. And when he want to run, he can run. But he can extend plays better than anyone else to make sure that he continues to get the pass off. Then he done an amazing job of his just trigger figure. Look how quick he gets the ball out, right? Not a lot of guys getting the ball out that quick, and he's not getting it out because we tell him, hey, throw it to the hits, throw this. He's getting it out because he can read defenses, right? And so, like, I'm not really sure. In the NFL, he's the perfect cue because you got to get rid of the ball fast. Hold it if you want. You got DNs that's running full forward, right? You got Michael Parsons on your ass. So, like, let you hold the ball you want, right? It might be your last play. I mean, unless you got a couple freak shows, but look, Lamar Jackson getting rid of that ball quick. He just happened to can run, but his trigger figure this year was like one of the better ones that I've seen in a long time. So when you start to look at it, I don't know why Kyle wouldn't be an early draft pick, in my opinion. And, I've been watching football a long time. Do I know as much as all these other guys know? You guys are gurus. Y'all got it all. Makes sense. But all I'm saying is, look at when he competed against everybody. Look what he done. Outside of one game, that was an off night for the entire organization. Like, we had an off night. Outside of that, homie was pretty big, right? I think he got the all-time passing yards in this conference. Great conference, right? Deshaun Watson and all those dudes played in this conference. He threw 35 touchdown passes. I mean, that's like legit. 4,700 yards, 35 touchdown passes. I mean, that's why when he was like, Coach, do I come back? I said, what would you do if you was me? He asked me that. I said, if I was you, I'm going to the league. What? With that? Man, you better get out of here. So, I mean, this kid is, he was that loyal, though. That's the type of dude he is. He wanted to stay for me, right? And it's like, no, you got to go do that because they haven't seen that like this in a while, man. This kid is different, man. He's a good kid, too. He's a really, really good kid. I love that kid, and he loves his teammates, and that's why everybody loves him.
Coach, last question for you. We appreciate all your time, man. You mentioned that last game of the year. Obviously, you beat Miami, and Clemson benefits from that. And you say post-game, hey, Dabo, got you in. He ever check in with you? Ever send you a gift basket or a thank you text or anything?
Yeah, that's my boy, Coach Dabo. He over here. He cool. You know what? He was one of the. So I just always remember everything. When I got the head job, and they got like the what is it called? The head coaches convention in the summer or something like that. I forget what it's called. But I went in there, and I didn't really know what to take because I don't really be talking to a bunch of dudes unless I know them. And he just came over right away and was like, hey, Fran, I'm proud of you. You done a good job. Follows your career. Whether he was just saying it to say it, but it was very like, dang, that's what's up, coach. And if you need anything, Fran, you call me, right? And then I would just call him and ask him different stuff. So he's been he's been showing me the ropes, right, and just doing those things like that. He's a straightforward dude, but he was laughing and he called me and we joked about it and stuff like that. Said something towards teams, but he's a good dude, man. You know, good guy. I like what he stands for. We're both faith-driven men, right? Family men, you know, both of us. So, you know, we got a lot in common, right? A whole lot in common. He's a good dude, man. I like who he is, what he stands for, and I love what he's done with that program, man. And, you know, that guy has 2 national championships. Great football coach, and I'm hoping to have Syracuse follow that path for what he's been able to do there.
Well, Coach, we're excited to follow you this season. We appreciate all your time. We just appreciate the way you go about your business and the way that Syracuse operates. We're fans of it. Well, we're not journalists here. We're fans. We appreciate what you do, and excited to watch y'all get after it this spring.
Tell Rusty I said what's up.
Will do, Coach.
Go Orange. Be safe.
Yes, sir.